Hey friends! I wasn't planning on coming live on my channel today. I was planning on doing this on the Brutus Monroe Facebook page, but Facebook is having issues today. I don't know what's going on. Everybody's been having problems. So I thought I would just come on here and create this card live. If anyone joins in, that's great. Otherwise, I'll just have this video. You can catch the replay and see how to create this yourself if you're interested in it. We're doing a blog hop today with the Brutus Monroe inspiration team, and our challenge was to create with a certain color combination. So I have my colors here, and I posted the card, and people seem to like the color combo. So I'm gonna show you how I made the card today. Really simple and fun and great results. So I'm going to show you a few tips and tricks. Oh, yay, I see some people joining in. Hey, Luisana. Hey, Danielle, Margaret, Dee. Hi, everyone. Like I said, I was going to do this live on Facebook on the Brutus Monroe page, but it's not working today. Facebook is having issues. So I'm just going to do it on my channel. If you guys want to go ahead and share this anywhere, I would be more than excited, because I wanted to get this out for, you know, everyone who follows Brutus Monroe. But that being said, if you guys want to do something fun, if you guys go ahead and share this video and then comment that you shared it, I will pick one random person to send this card to when I'm done creating it. So anyway, oh, that's true, Luisana. It's true. You can't share anything. Oh well. Hey, I'll still pick somebody in here to send this card to, because I think that's really fun to send off a card that maybe you watched being created live. So anyway, like I said, our theme was a color combination. I'm gonna like get started in here. Just I know I'm a trickster, right? Something popped up here. Okay. I'm just going to get started creating. So I like to blend, ink blending from lightest to darkest. So I'm using my speckled egg, and I did put all of the links in the description, so you guys can grab any of these products if you want to. Hey, Belinda. Oh, that's okay. I totally understand trying to get some crafty time in while they're napping. That's what I'm doing right now. My kids are supposed to be napping. So anyway, I am just blending. Speckled egg is my lightest color. So I'm going to go and apply that on, and I'm going to apply it from an angle going up this way, not just, you know, straight. It's going to be at an angle. You'll see what I mean once I get it going. Oh, thanks, Daniel. You posted to Junkies. Well, you shared, so you're in the running for getting this card. Anyway. Hey, Zoe from the UK. What time is it there in the UK? Yeah, really. Does Facebook work for you, Daniel? Because nobody else can seem to get it to work. Anyway, so I've got that corner blended, and then I'm going to take Fountain. Now, this is a surface ink, but this is a Pink and Main color. Pink and Main, I don't know if you guys know this already. Maybe you do. It's almost 8 o'clock in the UK. Wow. It's like 1 o'clock here. I'm always fascinated by the time differences. What was I saying? Pink and Main. They have surface inks that are the same as Brutus Monroe surface inks. Same formulation, everything. They're just Pink and Main color. So they do have those available in their store if you want to go check those out too. Oh yeah. Christopher was supposed to be live on ThermoWeb today, and now today they're having all of those issues on Facebook. I wonder if they got, because I totally missed it too, which, you know, my kids, I'm a stay-at-home mom, so most of the time I'm just keeping them alive, so I miss a lot of the lives. I really would love to join in most of the time, but busy. Anyway, so I'm just kind of blending these inks together. And ink blending does kind of take a little bit of time. You just want to keep working at it to get a nice smooth color. But I don't know. I just kind of randomly picked a color combination off of Pinterest. And I thought it was interesting because you had some really different colors. They weren't like ones that you would typically put together. So I'm like, oh, let's try this one. And the whole team did amazing today. Everybody's projects look so fantastic. So jump over to, you can jump over to my blog to start the hop. You could jump over to Daniel's blog, Louisana's blog to start the hop, or to Brutus Monroe and start the hop if you wanted to hop along and see what everyone's making. Oh, that's okay, Dee. You know what? If you guys share, that is so, I am so thankful if you share. Otherwise, if you don't, I'm still just going to pick somebody from the chat to send this to. I'll just message you privately. If that's a little bit different. Hopefully, like most of you guys I know. If I don't know you, I guess I'll figure out somehow way to contact you if you win the if you win the card. But yeah, the thing's having issues today, so I'm still going to send this card off to somebody, even if you don't share, because I think it's just fun to send happy mail. So now this is Plum. Now Plum I don't think is available in store yet. It's not available as a single purchase, but you can use any of the other purples. I think purple and blue, just like, can you see where it's blending here? Isn't that gorgeous? Sorry guys, I'm trying to keep up with your comments. A lot of you are on here today, which is awesome. Okay, and so for a little bit darker of a purple, I'm going to go with Night Sky, which is also a pink and main color. Love it. You know what, Margaret? I've been meaning to like maybe try some of those picket fence brushes. I've also heard that you can get cheap makeup brushes from Walmart or dollar store. So I'm almost tempted to go pick up some of those and try them first and see if they work. Let's go to our neighbors' houses. Yes, everyone go knock on your neighbors' doors and tell them that I am live on YouTube. Because, you know, Facebook is down, so we have to do things in person now, right? We were talking about that this morning. Totally hilarious. If Facebook is down, you just have to like shout out your window to the neighborhood what you're doing every few minutes, because that's the same thing, right? Oh, true. Text does still work. But who does that anymore? Like, and you know, if you actually made a phone call, that would be like your last resort. You're watching at work, so it may be the building. I know your neighbors would be like, what? What are you talking about? Who? What? Why do I want to make a card or watch a card being made? What? I'll be honest, we've been here several months and I still don't know half the neighbors. I probably should get out and meet them, but you know, then you have to like socialize and stuff. I just love this color where the blue and the purple meet. I think that's just gorgeous. So I want to leave a lot more blue on the bottom. So I'm going to stop using that purple. I want to go back to Fountain and blend that together a little bit. Yeah, I know, right? If someone calls, you're like, what's the emergency? Why are you calling me? You realize you're making me have to talk, right? I do have a few really good friends that, you know, they call and we talk for hours. And I FaceTime my mom. But that's kind of it as far as actually talking on the phone. Go the cheap route. So the inexpensive blending makeup brushes, they work good for you, Belinda, because I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the picket fence ones, they you know, they're kind of a pretty penny. So if you can get the cheap ones and if they work, you know, why not? Do you guys watch Corin Wiskman on YouTube? She just did sort of a review type video where she kind of compared cheap ones to picket fence ones, and it was really interesting. So you guys should go check her out and see what she discovered on that. Okay, so I think my ink blending is done. Do you see how easy that was? Just blending colors together, just taking your time blending colors. And when you're talking to someone while you're doing it, makes it even more enjoyable. Now is when, you know, some of the fun stuff starts happening. I'm going to create that dreamy cloud type background. Now, there's a few ways you can do this. If you have a cloud stencil, then, you know, you're all set. Really easy. And Brutus Monroe does have a few cloud stencils. I've linked them in the description. I don't have any of those cloud stencils, so I'm going to be honest with you. I linked them, but I don't have them. I didn't use them, but I linked them there in case you guys wanted to get a stencil. You don't have to get a stencil. I used just some regular masking paper. I just drew little cloud type shapes, and then I cut it out. And so I drew two different designs on each side so you can flip them and get sort of a variation in your clouds. And I'm just, you know, this is what I'm using for my cloud background. So I'm going to stick it down here. And then to make my clouds, I have some Alabaster pigment ink. This is just white pigment ink, and it's really fun. Hey, Joy. Okay, so I've been talking. I want to make sure I'm not missing any fun comments. You have the ones from Amazon. You love them. Oh, yeah, doesn't understand. I know. I think it's a generational thing. I mean, we're all like instant messaging and texting, and we're like, why would I want to call anyone? I honestly even hate calling to make doctor appointments. Like, I'm like, can't I just text you and be like, hey, can I come at this time? But it doesn't really work that way. Anyway, so I'm making my little clouds. You're not going to see them as bold down here on these lighter colors because, you know, it's a lighter color. But as I get up to the darker colors, you're going to see them a lot more. So I'm just kind of tapping on a little bit of this ink on the edges here. And then I'll carefully peel it up. You can kind of see a line. I hope you guys can see a line. I know my video looks a little bit blurry. Hopefully you guys have better quality, but anyway, there's a little line of clouds there, and I kind of did an angle just to give it a little interest. And now I'm going to come on this side, stick it down again at another angle, and start tapping on some more of that Alabaster pigment ink. You're going to start to see it more when I get to those darker colors. Oh, like those, yeah, I know what you're talking about, Louisiana. The kids react kind of thing to the rotary phones. Those are funny. Or like anything before their time. Cassette tapes, that one. Or a Walkman. I think I saw kids react to Walkman. That one was funny. All right, so I hope you can see I'm kind of building my cloud layers. I'm going to turn this around and use this side now for this layer. And if I was smart, I would have done it on the long sides, the long edges of this masking paper. Then I would have had a longer sheet to go across, but you know, I wasn't thinking at that point. A lot of my cards kind of happen at night after the kids go to bed, which is why I'm really bad at actually making edited videos because my lighting's not great at, you know, at bedtime. I'm working with a few little lamps. I like to film during the day because I have these big windows that offer a lot of light, but just do what I can do, share what I can share. Hopefully you guys still enjoy it. So you're just keep building those dreamy cloud layers upon each other all the way up to the top, and you can kind of see it building here. And then I'm gonna turn this around. I really like doing them at an angle. I think that adds a little bit more interest. So I'm gonna stick that one down. Now I think this is like the fourth maybe time that I've used this stencil. So, or not stencil, masking paper. So you can really get a lot of use out of it. Thanks, Margaret. Don't forget the thumbs up. Yay. Thanks, everyone. I'm actually really surprised that there's so many people on here today. Sometimes I come live and there's like 5 people, which is fine. I still love hanging out with all you guys. But it's also exciting to have, you know, more people to talk to. Okay, you guys there? Yeah, I'm sorry, Luisana. It was probably buffering because YouTube kicked me off. YouTube does that. Facebook usually works pretty good, except for today. But YouTube likes to kick me off several times during lives. And, you know, it's been so long since I've actually been live that I kind of even forgot how to restart my stream. I'm like, okay. So, there's my dreamy background. I think I'm going to do a few little clouds right up here. Hopefully you guys are all back. Are you back? I didn't lose anybody. I know. I was like, really? YouTube too? But honestly, between Facebook and YouTube, when I do lives, Facebook usually wins. Usually if Facebook doesn't kick me off, it's YouTube that kicks me off like 4 or 5 times. So those of you who join my lives, you know the struggle. I think there was one day where it kicked me off so many times and I'm like, I'm just not even finishing this project. I had to say, sorry guys. Well, you know, I'll finish it and I'll post pictures because YouTube is not being kind. So here is my dreamy ink blended background with clouds. I love it. Now, if you want to kick it up a notch, and we always do, I want to add some sparkly, shimmery splatters. So I'm going to grab my Pearl Aqua Pigment, shake it up. Can you guys see all that mica, that shimmer on the bottom? You want to shake it up and get that shimmer all mixed in. Shake it, shake it, shake it. Just mix it all in. You can see when it's getting mixed in because it's not sticking to the bottom anymore. So I just shake it up till it's all mixed. And then I've just been grabbing my water brush here, dipping it into my bottle, and then I just tap it on. Really easy way to add some shimmer, some splatters. And like I mentioned, I have all the links in the description. Should be. Let me check here for a sec. Yep. I've got my supplies linked into the description. You guys can check those out if you want to grab any of these items. I'm not going to go crazy with the splatters today. I just want to get some nice shimmery spots in the background. My brush was not wet, but I do have water in here, so I don't know if some water is maybe helping to come out. But these water brushes actually splatter really nicely. I really love them for splatters. I mean, that sounds weird, but I like to splatter my pictures and my cards, and so I found brushes that I like the way they splatter. So typically if I do like watercoloring, I'll use my Zen Royal and Nicole brushes. Those work well if I want to actually watercolor something. I mean, these work great too, but I also like the way they splatter. So these are my go-to splatter brushes. So, okay, so we're going to set this aside, let it kind of dry. It's not going to take long to dry. I hope you guys can see those shimmers. It won't take long because I just put a few little splatters on there. But I'm just going to set that aside. And we are going to stamp out our sentiment and our clouds. So I have another piece of paper here. And I'm using 2 different stamp sets for this. These are both Brutus Monroe. I have some clouds in here that I love the like swirliness of them. So I'm going to stamp those out for my clouds. And then I have these sentiments, which I thought went perfectly with this dreamy background. Dream big, may all your dreams come true. Everything starts with a dream. Follow your dreams. But I loved this one. I just liked the shape of it, if that makes sense. If your dreams don't scare you, dream bigger. So I'm going to go with that one again. I just liked... I hope that's not weird, but I liked the shape of it. I liked how it was going to fit on the front of my card for the overall look. And so that's why I went with that one. So I picked it for its shape, more for its, we could do that because that one's already stamped out. But no, I want to do it in gold, so never mind. Sometimes I like to cut corners, pick out the stamps that are already stamped out, but today? No, I want to stamp it in gold. So here's my big stamp block. I'm also going to grab my embossing powder bag. I always want to put down some powder before I emboss because this helps cut down on that static cling. Helps your embossing powder to only stick onto the ink and not everywhere else. And so I find it really helpful. I'm going to put this here on my coffee filter so I can catch the extra powder when I dump it on there. And then here's some of my Brutus Monroe embossing ink. Just going to ink up my stamp. And then stamp it down. So I want to kind of line this up. Try to get it straight so I can just kind of cut it out. Because I want to cut this in a square. Make sure it's stamped down well. And then you don't have to like hurry to get the embossing powder on with the Brutus Monroe embossing ink because it won't dry unless you hit it with a heat tool or, you know, put some on top of it. So you can really take your time, but I'm going to emboss this and then cut it out, and then I'm going to stamp out the clouds. I am using my Gilded Sparkle. On the card I posted on my blog today, I just used regular Gilded on the sentiment, but I love that sparkle. I love that glitter in there. So, ooh, there's a great site for color palettes. They have themed photos. Oh, I'll have to check that out. You know, I'm wondering if our color palette that we used on the Brutus Monroe blog today, I wonder if that was from Design Seeds, because I know there was like a little watermark in the bottom corner, and I feel like maybe that was it. So I'm gonna have to check on that again. I just found it on Pinterest and I thought it was really interesting. But it is really fun to go find different color palettes and just kind of stretch yourself and see what you can make with them. I know, right, Luisana? It really did go really crisp on that sentiment. I love it. So I'm just warming up my embossing heating tool, my heat gun. Love it. I don't typically use the sparkle for sentiments. It has a little bit more chunk to it than the Gilded because it's got that glitter in it. It still works great for sentiments, but I usually like to use just the ultra fine. But it looks great. We're gonna go with it. All right, so I'm gonna cut this out. Where is my trimmer? Here it is. I'm just going to trim this down to a nice little square so it can fit on our card. There we go. And then trim this out. Just kind of eyeballing it, trying to make sure I have you know, I think that maybe looks all right. Make sure it's straight, trying to keep a nice little border around it. And that's going to end up going right on here. And then I'm going to stamp out some clouds to kind of layer around there. Now on my blog post today, I used Marshmallow Puff. But today, I'm going to use that Gilded Sparkle for my clouds as well. So I'm going to have the same color on my sentiment and my clouds. And I thought that would look nice, and it'll just kind of help it to coordinate and flow, because I'm all about coordination. So this is the outer space set. I'm just grabbing these clouds. I also really love this swirl image from this set, and all the images, really fun. If you wanted to see this outer space set, go to the Brutus Monroe blog, because our guest designer, JC, he did a really cool card with that. I was like, it's a clean and simple card, but it stands out the way he used that set. He did some really cool masking, And yeah, used the clouds, used that swirl. It just looked really great. I was impressed. And check him out on Facebook or on Instagram too, because he's got some really great cards. So I am stamping this out, and I'm noticing as I'm stamping it out that I have ink all over my stamp block. And do you know why? Because my son likes to craft with me in the evenings, and it's really fun. But he gets into all of my supplies and he kind of gets everywhere. But he's been making some really cool things lately. His artist side, I think, is just kind of blossoming, starting to pop out. All right, gonna go ahead and emboss these out, and then I will have to fussy cut them, so I don't have a scan and cut or anything. So cool. I love these clouds. I love the swirly look of them. Okay, trying to get all that glitter back in there. And then we're gonna go ahead and emboss. Got those embossed. I'm going to let them just cool for a second. I mean, embossing powder doesn't take all that long to cool down. It just takes like a second, but I have kind of touched them right away in the past and smeared that embossing powder. So you really do want to let it just take a second to cool. So I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut these. So this is going to take a minute. So what do you guys want to talk about? Is anybody doing anything fun today or this week or this weekend? Have you been creating anything amazing? Here's a question for you guys. Is anybody on Instagram? I'm always looking for more card makers and creative people to follow. So if you're on Instagram, go ahead and shout out your Instagram name. And I'm going to go back afterwards and see if I can look up you guys. Napping since the world is ending. Louisana is not taking this Facebook crash very well. Don't worry, it'll be back. I don't think social media is gone yet, unfortunately. I have a love-hate relationship with social media. It's like an necessary evil. I hate that it takes up a lot of time, but I also love keeping up with everyone. So, oh, you've been working on a birthday for your son? How old's your son gonna be? I have 2 birthdays coming up. Oh, you're on Instagram, but you haven't figured out how to post things. Yeah, every platform is different, and it takes a minute to kind of get oriented with it and figure it out. And of course, they always have to change things to make updates. And then, yeah, then you have to like figure it out again. I'll be honest, with the Instagram thing, it took me forever to learn how to use the stories. Like, I just didn't get it. Didn't get how to use the stories. It was so confusing to me. Now I kind of understand it a little bit better, but I'm like, what do we need an Instagram story for? Aw, he's your baby, but he's 20. You know what? Yep, I get it. My son is 4, so not quite 20, but he feels like he should still be my baby. And I'm like, stop growing. Why are you like walking and talking and stuff? You're supposed to be a baby. Eggy Mom 2X. I will have to look you up. I wonder, I might maybe be even following you already, but we'll see. We'll see, we'll see. I'm just gonna keep cutting out clouds until I think we have enough. I always try to stamp more than I think I need. Oh, you've been practicing coloring flowers. Flowers are my favorite. Those big floral stamps and everything. But I go in waves where I'm like, oh, I just want to do all the florals, and then I'm kind of over that for a little bit, and then I want to do all the cutesy little things. Yep, just keep exploring. I agree. I know. It's confusing when they keep adding stuff. It's like, there's a new feature, and you're like, what? I haven't even figured out the old ones. Just stop already. Okay, this is starting to look good. I think I might want one more little cloud down here, and that might be it. It's not exactly like my blog post today, but it's close enough. Close enough. Hey, Christy. Oh, you found me on Instagram. Awesome. Sydney. That's quite a ways away. So what time is it in Sydney? I always like to ask people what time it is there because I don't know. I'm just kind of fascinated by it for some reason. Oh, well, you know what, Luisana? You can draw your own. You're like incredibly talented. I wish I had some of that drawing talent. I can sketch, you know, a circle, maybe. That's about it. All right, so I think that's enough clouds. It is 7:25 a.m., so you are just getting up. Oh, Connie, you're in Oklahoma. That's awesome. We just moved from Oklahoma. Our home last summer, we were in Oklahoma City. It's so funny to, like, I don't know why it fascinates me. I just think it's fun to hear where people are from and what time it is, where you're from, which is really cool. So we have enough clouds, and I've got my sentiments stamped out. 2:26 in Utah. So you're an hour ahead of me, Luisana. And Lauren used to be an hour ahead of me, and now we're in the same time zone because apparently Arizona doesn't change their clocks. And I'm a little bit jealous because honestly, time change, I don't know if it makes a whole lot of sense anymore. Like, I understand, you know, why they started it. But now I feel like it's kind of just doesn't make sense. So, Central Time, 3:36, yay! I always like to keep tabs on the time zones because, let's see, we're in Pacific. Brutus Monroe's over there in Eastern, so they're 3 hours ahead. And then my family is mostly in Central. So I might as well just keep tabs on everybody's time since I already kind of do. So I'm going to go ahead and just adhere that down with a little bit of foam tape. Now I'm going to glue these clouds around it. I'm going to actually turn this one upside down. There's like a big truck going by outside. Can you guys hear that? I'm going to glue that one upside down because it's a little bit flatter on the bottom. That'll help me tuck it up there a little bit more. And then we're going to go like this. This one's going to be on foam tape. And this one's going to be on foam tape. And this one's going to stick behind there. That's how we're going to do it. Okay. Yeah, I think it would be better not to change it. So Arizona and Hawaii don't change times. Oh girl, if you move to Hawaii, I'm gonna come and visit you. And let me put it down. I'm gonna visit you, meaning I'm gonna come and live with you because I want to go there too. We went to Hawaii for our honeymoon. It was really, really amazing. We had such a good time. Oh, I know, Belinda, right? It's like it's not dark now at bedtime. My kids go to bed somewhat early, maybe between 7 and 8, depending on how tired they are that day. But now it's like it's not even dark when they're going to bed. And I lose track of the time, and then I look at the clock and I'm like, oh, you people need some supper, don't ya? So it takes a minute to adjust, but it really does make it feel like summer now. Like I keep feeling like it's summer. I just totally glued that one upside down, but that's not gonna matter, right? So right there, I don't know if you guys saw, I was just talking. I put foam adhesive on this side, and then I put liquid glue on this side, so I can overlap it on my sentiment, but it's all gonna be the same height. So a little trick for you if you're trying to kind of piece things together like that. This one's just all liquid glue because I'm just gonna layer it behind there. And then this one's liquid glue. How old are my kids? My kids are 4 and soon to be 2. Hayden is 4 and Amelia will be 2 in May. So fun times. They keep me busy. But at least it's been nice outside today. We've been outside all morning, which really, really helps the energy levels that my kids have, which is a lot. I'm like, come on, guys, let's get outside. Okay, which way was I gonna, like this, right? Maybe I should concentrate. Okay, and then this one gets foam adhesive. I know, right? Do clouds have a right side up? I guess in my mind, I feel like this is the bottom because it's flatter, but it really doesn't matter. It's just your perspective on how you look at it, right? All right. And I'm just going to peel off the backing paper. And this is almost done. I want to do one more thing to give it a little bit more bling because we always need some more sparkle. So it's going to adhere that down. And that's pretty much the card. I mean, it's pretty simple. I just think the ink blending and the clouds and the shimmer in the background really helps it stand out. And then I've got these new rainbow quartz triangles, and I didn't link them only because I was going to do this on Brutus Monroe and it wasn't working. And this is not from Brutus Monroe, but I can link them when I'm done here. But these are new from Nuvo, just little rainbow quartz triangles. They're not sequins. They're just kind of like confetti. And you probably should use them for shaker cards or something. But I always like to go a little bit crazy, and I just like to sprinkle a few of them on here. And then, because I like to do a whole lot of tedious work, actually in reality I hate it, but I do it because I feel like it gives me the look I'm going for. I glue all of these down individually. I know, it's crazy, but I'll show you how I do it. See if it works today. So here's my little pokey tool hook thing. It has a little bit of foam adhesive on the end because I use it to rip up backing paper. So it's kind of sticky. So here's what I do. You could get one of those quick pickup tools, but I don't have one. It's not going to work today because this isn't sticky now. Let's see if I can get it sticky. You got to get it a little bit sticky, and then you can pick up that confetti and then put a drop of glue down there, and then you can stick it back on. Maybe I can get some sticky on it. Let's see, where's my foam adhesive? Otherwise, I don't think I'm gonna do all of these individual little things, because if I can't use this little method, let's see, is it gonna work? No, let's get some more sticky. You guys are all sitting there like, this girl is crazy. What is she trying to do? Okay. Ta-da! Hopefully it's not too sticky now. Otherwise it's not gonna come off. Ah, it's not working. Maybe we should just do sequins on this one. You guys think sequins? I mean, these rainbow quartz triangles are amazing and I love them, but I'm not gonna do every individual one if my method is not working. I know, right? If only they knew the crazy, tedious work we go into making these cards for them. Hopefully they don't just throw them in the trash or anything. Okay, so I have these sequins that I think are really gonna work. They are like the same colors. It's not the cute little triangles, but it works. And I've got a few different sizes here, and that's gonna be good, right? I'm gonna put a big one here and a few other little ones. Why are they all gunked together? All right. Do you guys get like picky about your sequin positioning? Do you like have to go and like position each one to make sure they're in the right spot? Or is that just me? All right. Let's see. How does that look? Good? Maybe? All right. Yes, they have to be in a certain spot and they have to be an odd number. Agreed. That's always what I do. So there's 3 up here and there's 4 down here, but together it's 7, right? So that's odd and it works. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. And it creates like a line of vision because, you know, it's continuing. Does that make sense, or I'm just being really crazy today? I am still blaming everything on time change. If I'm saying crazy stuff, if I'm doing crazy stuff, if something goes wrong, I'm still blaming it on the time change. Because literally Monday I went grocery shopping. I scanned, okay, I'm going through the self-checkout. I scanned everything. I had like 1 item left only because my kids were holding it and I didn't realize it. I was about to walk out of the store and basically shoplift this item because they like to hold my groceries while I'm shopping and then I totally forget to scan them. Anyway, that's like a total rabbit trail. Anyway, I'm about to be done with my grocery shopping and the whole computer thing is not working. And so we had to go over to several different cash registers so that they could try to help me check out. And those weren't working either. And I'm like, you know what? It's just time change. That's all it is. It's just messing with everything. Oh, the wind in Oklahoma. Yep, I remember that. That's actually one. Okay, the wind in Oklahoma. That's I got a few stories. So my son was born in Oklahoma, and we lived there for a while. And he honestly had a fear of blowing away when he was little because of the wind. And I don't know where he got this fear, but anytime we would get out of the car or have to walk somewhere and it was windy, he was like so scared. He had to have me hold him because he thought he was gonna blow away. And then I was really excited to get a van with sliding doors because of the wind, because I didn't want to get out of my car and hit somebody else with my doors when the wind took it. So yeah, I'm not a fan of that one. I'm kind of thinking maybe we should add some of these clear sequins in here too. Or is that too much? Should I just stick with these other ones? Because I kind of like the clear. Or is that just getting like too much going on here? That looks kind of cute, right? Maybe I'm just going to add some of those too. And then we'll kind of be done. I'll put it on a card base and call it a day. Less is more? Oh, Louisana says no. Less is more. So that's it. That's our card for today, guys. Anyway, that's true. I do want the clouds to stand out. So I think maybe the sequins are good. I'm really kind of disappointed about those triangles, but I'm not going to sit here and glue every individual one while you guys are all watching. And you're going to be like, really? This girl is cray cray. So that's pretty much the card. I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, thanks, Kathy. Yes, you know what? I don't have that stencil yet, but I want it. The landscape and 2 rows of clouds. No. We're not mad at you, Luisana. They're probably like, thank you. Thank you for not making us sit here and watch her just glue down sequins like a crazy person. I'm going to go ahead and put it on a card base. You're welcome, Connie. Thank you for joining in. It's always fun when I get people to come in and watch and comment. So I'm just going to glue this on, and to get it straight, get it even, get it, you know, perfectly lined up, I'm standing my card base up, and I'm just kind of trying to line up the edges and slowly and carefully adhere it down. Ta-da! There's our card. Now, I know I promised everyone that I would mail this out to one person, but I'm just going to keep it. No, just kidding. I already have another one. So I am going to pick someone, some random person from the comments, and I will... Oh, how can we do this? Okay, here's what we'll do. We have 10 people in here. I'm going to pick a number from 1 to 20, and you guys shout out your number, and whoever picks it first wins this card. So go. Shout your number. I'm waiting. We've got a 6. We got a 7. Those are incorrect. 90? I said 1 to 20. 5, 4. Nope. 1 to 20. Oh, 9. Okay, well, you're 15. Oh, you guys are getting closer. First one to shout it out gets it. I'm waiting. I haven't seen it yet. Waiting. Keep shouting it out, guys. Nobody's guessed it yet. No. Keep guessing. Barbara, it was 12. Yay, Barbara. Okay, so I don't know if I have you on. It was 12, guys. Barbara gets it. So I don't know if I have you on Messenger or if I have your email or anything, Barbara. Maybe if you can email me, go to my blog and fill out the contact form if you can find my blog. Otherwise, I will figure out a way to get in touch with you. Yay, Barbara, you're going to get this card from me. I'm going to send it to you. Okay, so, or I could just, well, yeah, can you go to my blog, Barbara, and fill out the contact form? Do you know how to get to my blog? It should be in the description. I have a link. Okay, cool. Email me and I will get your mailing address and I will mail you this card. Oh no, Belinda, you haven't sent too many messages. Just ignore that. I know. YouTube likes to be a pain about some of that stuff. But thanks, guys, for joining. This was really fun. We'll have to do this again. I'm honestly really enjoying giving the cards away that I do live. I'm going to do that a little bit more. I know the YouTube police is here. Yeah, so fun. If it's not Facebook, it's YouTube, right? Anyway, so that's it that I have for the card. Thanks for joining, and I hope you guys, oh, I should say, if you guys make something with this color combination, if you're not in the Brutus Monroe fan page group on Facebook already, go join, because we want to see what you guys do with this. I made a post in there today that said if you created something, go ahead and share it. I want to see if you guys do anything with this color combination. Anyway, that's all I have. All I have for today. Thanks for joining, and I will catch you guys next time. And Barbara, I'll be mailing this out to you as soon as you email me, okay? So I'll see you guys later.